Hey there. So today I want to talk about some mistakes I've come across in all the courses that I've been taking lately. And they're pretty easy fixes. So let's jump in and make sure that you don't have these issues.
Welcome to the Course Creators HQ podcast, helping you navigate the latest techniques for creating and marketing online courses. And now, here is your host, Julie Hood.
Well, hello. I'm so glad you're here for episode 93 of the podcast. And before we get started, I have to tell you what I'm so excited about. We are getting ready for the Topic and Title Challenge, which is starting on May 23rd, 2022. So if you haven't signed up yet, please use the link in the show notes or go to topicandtitlechallenge.com and get signed up, because it's going to be an incredible week of coaching with me. We're going to be talking about courses, about different markets, about finding the right topic and the right title for you. You'll get to work with a whole bunch of other incredible course creators and experts. So come join us, topicandtitlechallenge.com. And today's episode is going to be a really fun one because I take tons and tons of online courses, and I do this on purpose. First, just because I like to, but also because I'm on the hunt to find really good secrets to share with you. And today we're going to talk about some not so good mistakes that I've been seeing. And to be honest, these are from experienced creators and also from newbie. So these aren't just newbie folks who are doing these, and actually listen to the end, because the last mistake is the one I made. But I want to make sure that you know about these so you can avoid them ahead of time. So the first mistake that I found was from a very, very popular instructor and coach, and incredible training. But the big mistake is that there were no text summaries on the lessons. So I would jump into a course that had 4 or 5 different videos and maybe a workbook, but the lesson didn't have any explanation or text explanation with it. And all I would have needed maybe was just a short paragraph, because I wanted to know what was coming. I wanted to know what the lesson was about. And it was very frustrating for me to not know what I was heading into. So that one's an easy one. Just make sure that you include some kind of text summary that says, hey, this is what this lesson is about. You can make it even better if you want to give them the summary of their assignment and the homework, but just make sure you have some kind of explanation of the specifics in that lesson. So that's mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 was also from a very popular membership site that I joined to see sort of how they were doing things. And the navigation was so annoying. They had an option to save your favorite courses, because this membership had a bunch of different masterclasses. So you could mark the ones that you really were interested in as favorites so you could get back to them. Well, I couldn't find where my saved courses were. I hunted and I never did find where like my bookmarked courses were. And then once I would find the course, I'd click on it and some kind of intro video would come up, but it wouldn't actually start. I had to go to another screen and click again, and then I had to click a start the course button that was way off to the right. And I know this was set up in WordPress, so I think that was part of the challenge, is maybe it was set up before some of the better plugins and better ways to do courses in WordPress. So that could have been part of the issue, was just the way it was originally set up. But I have to say, as a student, it was really, really frustrating. So the takeaway for you is to make sure that your navigation is easily followed for your students. And you may even want to do a quick intro video at the beginning of your course that says, hey, this is how you navigate around as you're looking at different lessons. You know, here's how you jump to the next lesson. Here's how you get to the previous lesson. Here's where the downloads are for the lesson. Here's where you click complete. Here's what's called breadcrumbs. A lot of the best tools have this, for example, Kajabi. And it has up at the top a bunch of different links inside the course. So the first link is the beginning of the course. The second link is like the subcategory where the lessons are. And then you've got the last link, which are the different lessons and the one that you're on. So then you can go back and click through, like if you want to go to the main part of the course and start over, or if you want to go just to a certain category and see those lessons. So it makes the navigation so much better for your students because they can jump around. So I'm also going to put a link in here. If you're interested in Kajabi, they're doing a special right now, starting in just a couple days, I believe. And I'll put the link in the show notes. So it's like a $5 special to check them out. So that'll be in the show notes. But the main mistake I see and that I want you to avoid is to make the navigation of your course really easy for your students so they know where to click, where to find things, and they can get around your course. Okay, mistake number 3, and this was from a newer course creator, but there were lots and lots and lots of typos. Now, I know that we're going to have typos. I have typos all the time, but we don't want a lot of them. That's the big difference. We're going to have a few because I know how many hours and hours and hours it can take to get it perfect. So we're not going for perfect here. But my goal for you is to at least do a review through your text at least once, maybe have a virtual assistant go through it at least once and get rid of the majority of the typos because it was distracting because almost every paragraph or every other paragraph had a typo in it. So for some of us that pay attention to those kinds of things, that can be distracting. So yes, you're going to have a typo here and there. Just don't have it in every other paragraph of your course. Mistake number 4 was using too many different fonts and too many different colors on the lessons and this can happen on your sales pages too. Exactly. I see sometimes, and I tend to see this a lot with baby boomers for some reason, but they get really excited about having all these different fonts that they can use. And so they use them all on one page, and then they've got every different color of the rainbow on the page. And it's very, very distracting for people to have so many different colors and different fonts because each time they come to a different thing, their brain has to register it, look at it, and go, okay, what does this mean relative to the other things? So maximum, I like to see 2 different fonts and 2 different colors. Maybe 3 if you need like an accent red or an accent yellow or something. But 2 different fonts, 2 different colors with possibly an accent color. And that way your page feels really clean and simple to people. And you can use different sizes. So maybe just have a couple sizes. So you've got your regular text size, and then you've got your headline size of your font. And that way, as people are reading through, they can see, okay, this is a headline. This is a beginning of a section because it's a bigger font. And then this is the normal text. So go through, clean all that stuff out. I know it's going to hurt some of y'all that just love all the pretty colors and the pretty fonts, but it will be so much better of an experience for your students and for your prospective students if you're on sales pages. So avoid too many fonts and too many colors on your pages. And then mistake number 5 that I wanted to share with you is actually one that I made. So I want to tell you about this ahead of time to make sure that you think this through before you get going. And so the mistake is grouping too many courses all into one course. And let me explain this a little bit more. So When I started last year with 24-hour Course Creator, I offered 3 different courses as the bonus when people signed up. So they not only got the 24-hour Course Creator, they also got my email marketing course, they got my sales pages course, and they got my joint venture course. And I actually use those bonuses in different things. So when people sign up for Kajabi, they also get access to these courses. And then I expanded it out when I've got people signing up for Course Profits Accelerator. They also get access. Well, what had happened then is because I had originally grouped them into 24-hour Course Creator, there wasn't a good way to get them into the other bonuses too, because I either needed to copy the whole thing, and then I've got multiple courses that all have to be updated as I'm making changes, or we needed to revamp, which is what we've been doing lately. And so the way I've got it set up now is that each of the 4 courses, 24-hour Course Creator, the email, the sales page, and the joint venture course, each of them are their own individual courses in Kajabi. And then I create what's called an offer that groups all 4 of them together. And so that way I can offer them individually and just give people access to one at a time, which I also do. We're getting ready in May here. We're going to do the sales page course again. So I can just offer that out to my email list for somebody who just wants to sign up for that. Or I can group them and do all kinds of different offers where I'm grouping them together into one big offer. And it's so much more organized this way. And I wish I had done this from the beginning because going back and trying to fix it now where I've got people who have access and some people who don't have access, it's really complicated. So my advice for you is to figure out with the tool that you're using to host your courses, figure out how you group things together. Almost all of the tools have some kind of bundling feature or offer feature where you can group things together. So create your courses separately and then use that bundling offer feature to group them together, because then as you're moving forward and you're grouping them in different ways, it's way easier. Plus, you only have one place where that course is located, so there's just one place to update and keep it the most current version. Because I'm always adding new things, finding new ideas, putting in another training. So you want to be able to just do that in one place and not have to do it in multiple places. So I hope these 5 ideas are helpful for you. I'll recap them very quickly. 1, make sure you put text on your lessons that give people an idea what the lesson is and maybe what the homework assignment is. Number 2, make sure your navigation is easy for students to jump around your course. Number 3, watch out for lots and lots and lots of typos. You just want a couple here and there is okay. Number 4, avoid way too many fonts and way too many colors and way too many different size fonts. Keep it simple. Number 5 is to make sure that you're grouping the multiple courses somehow with like a bundle or an offer type feature. So just a couple quick ideas for you can make a really big difference in the experience that your students have and will make your course some of those top courses out there online. Hope that was helpful for you, and please come join us for the Topic and Title Challenge. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. We only do it a couple times because it is a lot of effort on our part, and I want to make sure that you get a chance to join us because we won't be doing it again for a while. So topicandtitlechallenge.com, or check out the show notes. I'm going to put the link at the top so you can come join us and get free online coaching from me, and also we get to work together and I get to hear about your course and the market that you're thinking about working with, who you're trying to help. So have a fantastic week. Thank you so much for listening and joining us for the Course Creators HQ podcast. I really, really appreciate this time in your earbuds each week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing and following. If you're in Apple Podcasts, click that 3 little dots up at the top and you can follow or maybe even share this with a friend of yours who would be interested. I totally would appreciate that. So thanks again. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next week on the next episode. Take care.